Hello everyone and welcome to episode 28 of the Pro Wrestling Noah series here on the channel. It's TEW 2020 as we're now in the year 2014. We're officially, as far as 4 years in, even though it's kind of weird because we started in 2011, but obviously, we had half that year, and then 2012, 2013, and now to start 2014, it's going to be a lot of fun. I think our roster is pretty much at its peak. I don't think we're going to be bringing in anybody else that will be as a higher level of we probably will be bringing in. As far as the only people that come to mind is like Nakamura and Tanahashi. Other than that, our roster's pretty perfect. And before we get into the tour goals and see what's going to be this final card for this first navigation tour, I do want to go through the top 100 stuff and see what's going on in the world. As obviously new year. As for the awards, Punk was Wrestler of the Year again. Tag team though. Hey, we got it. Kings of Wrestling, Chris Hero and Claudio Castagnoli. As Young Wrestler of the Year was also one of our guys, Kento Miyahara, so that's awesome. As Female of the Year, Mickie James. Company of the Year is WWE again, which figured so. Most improved was Osaka Pro. Actually, that was interesting. Match of the Year was a Punk Ziggler match from a Raw, which was also, there was a Raw match last year with that. Vengeance was the best card of the year, which got a 98. A lot of WWE stuff. Paul Heyman, Manager of the Year. Joey Styles, Announcer of the Year, which is weird. I'm not sure exactly where he is announcing, but at WWE, so I guess they have him working. That's wild. Alright, and then color commentator was again Paul Heyman, and the ref was, I think, Mike Yoda, yeah. So that's where it's at. A lot of WWE stuff for the most part, but hey, we got a couple of things in there, and Osaka Pro got something, so I didn't mean to go that screen. I want to go here, as for the Power 500. As for guys that are a part of our roster, Ishii's 12th, Goto's 18th, Chris Hero 19th, which is pretty awesome to think that a guy who basically worked Noah shows for most of this year. I don't think he worked any PWG. Oh, he did work some Ring of Honor at the beginning of the year, but mostly a Noah guy, like 96% Noah guy. Being in the top 20 is very awesome. Shibata 24th, Claudio 25th, Marufuji 26th, Go 28th, Ishikawa 30th, 31st for Daisuke Sakamoto. Kenta in the top 50 is 39th. We'll take that. Okada right there at 50. Figured he would get actually a little higher because he worked for New Japan for a little bit, but I guess we did give him his best matches in the Chris Hero match. So I like to say a lot of that comes down to us being involved with him. Okabayashi, Yujiro, 57th, Devitt, 63rd, Miyahara, 64th. It's pretty interesting. I don't see Nakajima on here. Oh, there he is, the 71st. I was like, wow, I'm surprised. I guess because of the Marufuji match being a 91. Because I thought for sure Nakajima had a better year, but I guess it's just me as Yuji Hino with a 67th, Morishima. Actually, Yuji Hino being above Morishima is wild. Especially with, I guess because Morishima worked less matches, I'm assuming. As Nakajima there with 71st. Is, I guess he didn't have the better match between him and Miyahara, but still, I think I'd be surprised if 2013 now comes around, or 2014 rather comes around. He'll be in the top 50s by the time we get done with this year. Because you see there, 2012 he was 119th, and now he jumped up to 71st. Just seems like that's going to make sense. And it's the same thing, Naito's jumped up a good bit. Kensuke Sasaki actually went down a little bit, thanks to his run in Dragon Gate, I guess, which is weird. But yeah, 73rd, Muhammad Yan, who we did sign. We stole away from DDT, even though we probably shouldn't have. But, I mean, look at that total record, though. 120 to 15. That's insane. I'm curious to see what that 90 match is. Is it him and Goto at DDT? Alright. Let's go. So Sujora actually improved a little bit, going from 91st to 85. Sakuraba actually fell back a little bit, as Taguchi jumped up a little bit from 112th to 98. Zack Sabre Jr. jumping up again. I'm surprised he didn't get into the top 100, to be honest, for how well he started doing towards the end. But I think that WXW show hurt him a little bit. We might sign him to an exclusive deal. I'm not sure, just to kind of help him out a little bit. As Wow, Takeshi Rikio still being outside the top 100 is insane. I mean, DT's been using him a lot. Taichi, they're outside the top 120 with 124. Kobashi's not in the top 125. Surprised Drew Nakayama's as high as he is. I guess because that Dragon Gate match with him and Kensuke against Makabe and Devitt. Suzuki, even though he only had 18 matches this year, still was good enough to be 139th. Kushida, 152. Ishimori, 157. Johnny the Bull, 187. That's wild. As Masato Tanaka made it into the top 200. As I'm surprised he fell back a little bit compared to 2012. Kyle O'Reilly jumping up. That makes sense. I'm sure he'll have a big 2014 as well. Kanemura kind of staying around the relatively same range, just jumping up 10 spots. Roger Song's going to be another guy I'm expecting to jump in a big way. Kotor Suzuki, he actually fell back a little bit. Just interesting. Kento jumping up a little bit. Actually, a lot. 100 spots, basically. Snozawa jumping up. Eddie Edwards as well. A little bit. I figured it'd be a little bit more. Super Crazy jumping up a little bit. Sasuke falling back. Minoru Tanaka jumping up. Naoki Tanasaki actually fell back 100 spots. Kensuke Ishii actually didn't even place last year. Now jumping up to 254. It's not bad. Takayama falling way back. Figured so there. Bobby Fish jumping up. Okawa jumping back a little bit. Aoki jumping up a little bit. So now Kento Kakanuma. Kento Cashin somehow is in the top 300. Walter made it to 294. I'm expecting him to get pretty high as well next year. Koei Sato didn't get placed last year. Ricky Marvin dropping back a little bit. Daisuke Harada being at 333 is interesting. He really didn't have a lot of matches, I guess, when you look at it. Kotogi had a lot more matches, but only finished at 361. It's Alex Payne with 376, only jumped up one spot compared to last year. Bob Sapp making it into the top 500. Hajime Ohara as Yoshito Sasuji. He didn't have a lot of matches either, only had 20 on the year. Bobby Lashley made it as 456. Takeo Mori falling back a little bit. Then Shohei Taniguchi, the last Noah guy to get ranked. Which, yeah, we went through a lot as far as all the Noah guys. We'll kind of see how the rest of the standings looked like. I'm assuming Punk's won, and kind of a lot of Punk, Bryan, Cena, Jericho, Bully Ray in the top 5. Embarrassing. So Nick Nimbus, Nakamura's the first Japanese guy, was 7th, and then Joe, Orton, Tanahashi in the top 10. Liger, and of course Ishii, which now a side Noah guy. It's Sheamus, Bennett, as Dino Morella, who got a 99 with him and Cena against Bubba Ray Dudley and Jericho. What a match. Ted DiBiase being 17th is wild. As Mystico 16th. It's crazy that we're kind of in the mix there. Even though WWE is just doing, they are quite the fucking promotion, and everything is to the utmost degree for them. As Kali's 35th. Just shake my head at that. Kojima 30 seconds is interesting. As our former guy, Alex Shelley, doing very well for himself. Being from 34th to 27th. Yeah, I mean, that's cool, though. It's cool that we're in the mix. We're not really in the top 10 mix, but we're getting there. As far as company wars, I think everybody could assume where it's at. WWE first, TNA second, even though they just dropped down the medium, so we should be jumping as far as New Japan and Noah. As, and Dragon Gate, 5th in the top 5. Or Dragon Gate USA, even. It's not even Dragon Gate. It's Dragon Gate USA in the top 5 for some reason. Very interesting. We'll look and see how Japan is. As, just DDT being 4th and Dragon Gate 5th. New Japan's ahead of WWE, though, for just as far as in Japan for the total fan base. It's interesting. As, I think... Because there's nobody in the Hall of Immortals, I don't think. Maybe there is. Since we've, So I think, Taker is. Now he got inducted. Foley did as well. I'm assuming that's it. Yeah, as far as people that have since been started in the mod. Hall of Fame, we don't have anybody in Noah's, but WWE's, they they inducted rather, Abdullah the Butcher, Jim Duggan, I guess, and then Shawn Michaels, and that's it as far as any recent years. That's pretty funny. So yeah, we got that all squared away now. We go through the actual tour stuff as we have year 4. Just holy shit, can't believe we're so far ahead. It's Kota Ibushi's no return. It's going to be the start of this tour. Obviously, he laid out the challenge to end out the Great Voyage in Tokyo show, to end out the year against Kushida. And obviously, they're going to have their GHC Junior title matchup on this show. And then we're going to have the 3rd tag title matchup between Kings of Wrestling, Strong Big Japan on this show, which is going to be pretty fucking awesome. We're also going to have Marufuji versus Go Shiozaki in the main event. We didn't have that 5th tour goal, but it was, I think, as far as this card goes, it's very, very good. The Goto Nakajima match I'm a little nervous about because I believe they have bad chemistry. So we might flip that with Ibushi and Kushida now I'm thinking about it. I think I'm going to go ahead and do that now, to be honest, because I have a feeling that's going to be better. I don't know, though. Even with the bad chemistry, they still should be able to pull off a pretty good match. But, yeah, I mean, I think that top 3 is a pretty solid, performance as far as with Marufuji and Go. That should be a really good match. Kings of Wrestling, Strong Blue Japan's probably going to be the best thing on the card. Then Ibushi and Kushida, they should do pretty well. And, we got the GHC Emerald Openweight title matchup of Roki, Goto, and Katsuhiko Nakajima, of course. This is from Goto beating Nakajima during the Global League. And then the Junior Tag Team title matchup as Taguchi, Ishimor, and Ricky Marvin's going to take on Junior Kings of Wrestling. We're going to look to have some type of Junior Tag matchup involving either Red Dragon or having the Live Strong Die Hard team against them and having them lose. As far as to lead up to Ishimor and Ricky Marvin being the number 1 contenders. Then we got the Muscle Bombers, Takeshi Morishima and Yuji Hino against Kazuchika Okada and Tamarishi Ishii. Of course, Okada and Ishii, former challengers on the last show, taking on the Muscle Bombers, former tag champs. I just feel like that makes sense. Then we're going to have 2 6-men as far as on the undercard. The opener, the second match on the card is Brave of Kobashi, Jun Akiyama, and Kotori Suzuki against the Strong Pillars of Violence of Shuji Ishikawa. Koei Sato and the Great Sasuke, so a bit of a 2 heavyweights and a junior. And somewhat the same thing there with Diamond Ring. It's a little tougher because Kento's kind of like a fringe junior. He could do stuff in the heavyweight division, but he's kind of, obviously size-wise, more fit for a junior division. As a Diamond Ring of Kensuke Sasaki, Kento Miyahara, and Kento against the Laughter 7 team of Katsuri Shibata, Kazushi Sakuraba, and Kento Kashin. It's tough because that might be better than that second match, but just I felt like Kendo Kashin's going to bring the match down, so we wanted it to be in the opener. But I think it's a really good card. I think everything should go over pretty well, and there shouldn't really be a bad match on this card, to be honest. So we'll see how it goes. Obviously, it's a pretty big, long tour that we have to deal with, so we should get right away into booking this. So we got, I believe, it's 9 days, 8 days, something like that. As I'm just going to make sure that's a tour setting. Yeah, to kind of harpen back to what we've really been doing for the most part on this, on these undercards, throwing the juniors out there, the junior young lions out there, as they're now officially, most of them are now a year in that we have signed, as far as Iwamato and Takashita and Endo. So Iwamato's popularity is almost there, as far as, he's probably got another year left before he's in, like, maybe the low 30s, high 20s. As well as Alex Payne, Fuji Iwamato, which we've done, did that back in September, and they got a 50. Alex Payne's definitely something that 2014, I'm finally going to be like, he's going to get his title match. He's finally going to get a big opportunity for him. As I didn't even think as far as where we should run the show. I guess Chubu's probably our best bet. We'll change that. Especially since we last ran that in December. Well, this is perfect. Alright, so tag match of Takashita and Endo. Let's see what junior team they should face. So we gave him Aoki and Suzuki, which is fine. Livestrong Diehard's not a bad idea. See when's the last time they faced. Yeah, June, July, so that's not bad. Not bad at all. Roddy get the win. Bump this down to about 10 again, and I mean, we got our first 2 matches on the board. Should be fine, as it's tough to really decide what should go. I'm gonna take a guess and say the Strong Die Hard match is gonna be better, but could be wrong. Could be wrong there. As for, let's see what we have as far as what we can build towards. We've, Marufuji and Go, they've had matches in the past. They had the 60-minute time limit draw when they were both the Emerald Openweight and the Heavyweight champ. So I feel like, we could do the same thing where we kind of split like Brave and Brave, but because they've already won the Global League as far as Neimichi Marufuji, there's really no build that is necessary that we desperately need. What we could do, though, as far as for our main event, have a strong Big Japan with, I was thinking what we could do as far as junior guys, but there's really nothing we could do as far as junior guys. Because it's Sasuke, so I guess we could just use Sasuke. So, strong Big Japan with the great Sasuke against Zack Sabre Jr., the Kings of Wrestling. Solid main event. I'm sure we've done this before. See, I got a 79. It was at the Great Voyage in Tokyo show. The Volume 2 show. So it shouldn't be that good this time around, but maybe it will be. I guess it's got potential to do that good. So I'll have Zack beat Sasuke. Just feel like that's the best course of action for this matchup. And just to have Devitt on the card, I'm going to do a singles match with him and Yoshitone. We'll have this set for Seal the Show. This could be a fun little match. Don't think it's going to be the co-main. I guess it technically could, but I got a feeling we can make a better co-main. So also, would like to get Kota Ibushi on this card. As we're going to have Ibushi. I'm trying to think who he could team with, and it kind of would make sense. Because I was thinking either doing heavyweight, junior, or just heavyweight, or just doing junior and junior. Tough decision. Tough decision. Let's go with Rikio and Ibushi. No, let's go with the junior guy. I just feel like that makes a little bit more sense. So, obviously, Kenny Omega would have been a great spot here, but it's obviously not here. So we'll go Cashin and Kushida instead of Taguchi. And we'll have... So I think it's really between Tanasaki and Minoru Tanaka. We'll go with Minoru Tanaka. But, I mean, we'll give it like 12 minutes. Ibushi can be cash in and kind of all as well type of thing. There we go. So now we just need a co-main. Which this might be a little too good of a match, but it should be fine. So all of the Muscle Bombers, so Morishima, Yuji Hino, and Walter, against the Money and Mayhem team of Okada, Ishii, and Goto. as I will have Goto beat Walter there. There we go. So first show, that's of the 2014 year. 53, not bad. It's Alex Payne with a 64, so he gets in with the sweet spot. 941. Tsumomoto was off as a game. 57, so yeah, right decision there. Takashida's, halfway there as far as 44. A little under halfway there. But Roger Strong getting the pin after the sick kick into the Dire Driver. It's a 60 for Roddy, 58 for Eddie Edwards. 56, yeah. Just, no, Kota Ibushi and Minoru Tanaka don't work well as a team either, so just kind of got double fucked there. Kushida was still the best guy in the match, though. That's a good sign. That's Kota Ibushi with the Golden Star Press in 12:02. 67 for Devon and Yoshito. It's Devitt with Devitt's in 12:38. As then the 81 co-main, as Money and Mayhem beat the Muscle Bombers, as Goto tapping out Walter there in 1952. So Okada with an 88, 85 for Ishii, 79 for Morishima, 76 for Yuji Hino, 68 for Goto, and 55 for Walter, and Goto being off his game. Still outperformed Walter, which makes sense there. Not a bad co-main at all. Yeah, better than the main, as the Kings of Wrestling beat the Strong Pillars of Violence, as Zack Sabre Jr. pinning the Great Sasuke after the BK kick in 2013. So yeah, we got 82s from Hiro and Yuji Okabayashi, 81 for Daisuke, 79 for Claudio, 72 for Zack Sabre Jr., and 59 for the Great Sasuke. Oh no, yeah, pretty good card. Just the wrong thing was probably the co-main. I guess we should have put that as the main. But all in all, I think it's a pretty good show. So, and the next one up is, I believe we have this now that everything should be spaced out pretty evenly, as we'll keep going on to day 2. Alright, day 2 is for this card. So we got a 67 last time around. And obviously, before the mod officially started, as far as, well, actually, we've only ran it 3 times, because obviously this being in January, we didn't get to run the 2011 show. They got only a 1 point difference between the year, which is interesting. As for this card, I think this is a probably either Money Mayhem versus Diamond Ring kind of match. I think of that main event. I think that just kind of makes sense. Skipped over some backstage instance. Completely missed it. Sakuraba passing Psychology to Takashita and passing microphone work to Indo. Just because, we have the Goto Nakajima match happening, so I just feel like that makes sense. So we'll have Goto Nakajima, and we'll use Kento Miyahara and Kensuke. Roki Goto. Kazuchika Okada in. So I guess we could also do like an 8-man too, I guess. Didn't even think about that. Doesn't have to be a main event now, but so we'll have Keisuke Ishii, Roki Goto, Tamarishi, and Kazuchika Okada. Kensuke Sasaki, Kento Miyahara, Katsuhiko Nakajima, and then Keno. Perfect. And just to protect everyone, we'll have Keno beat Keisuke Ishii. Hell yeah. And then on the next tour date, we can do Goto and Keisuke Ishii against Keno and Nakajima. Just as far as continuity. I accidentally hit that. Here we go. I mean, that could potentially be a co-main, but as of right now, we'll pencil it in as a main event. Just kind of curious to see what we could do as far as if we do Marufuji and Jun Akiyama against Kenta Kobashi, and then have go. I guess so. We gotta make it like this. There we go. 20 minutes. This could probably be a better main. It's tough though to really decide. I'll say we've done this No, we've never done this before. As I will have Kobashi beat Uncle June here. Poor Jun Akiyama. So, Road Agent. That's Taue instead. Yeah, I think that's a better. Take that. I like that a little bit more as a main. So yeah, now we can go for. As far as we'll have Kotobushi. He'll kind of work his way up by beating after 7 guys in singles matches. So the first one will be cash in. I think everybody kind of can see where this one's gonna go as far as Kotobushi's gonna get the win. We won't even let it be a steal the show match. It's been a normal 14-minute match. Then I'll take on Taguchi at a different maybe at the next show, maybe like 2 shows or 3 shows from now, just to kind of space it out a little bit. As let's see what we can do as far as for the rest of the card. You know, I think a junior tag match. We'll have Live Strong Die Hard against Ishimor and Ricky Marvin. One thing about this card is there's really no showing of Suzuki-gun anywhere on this show, which might be a little interesting, but you know, we got a big kind of program to end out the show on the first navigation show, so that's kind of what we're building up towards. As far as for Suzuki-gun, which is probably why you're like, where the hell are they? Because like, there's no Kentas, no Suchiora. Of course, Suzuki's now healthy; he's now able to do something, but it's we're slow rolling it, which might be a mistake. Yeah, we might figure something out as far as what we can do. Maybe something instead of having the big angle at the end of the show. Let's see what we can do as far as what else we can have. You know, maybe something as far as Ishikawa and Sato against. We'll go with Laughter 7 of Shibata and Sakuraba. Give it 16. Shibata over Sato. Alright. So now just an undercard matchup. Or just a opener, rather. And just because we haven't had them face each other, and probably, I'm trying to think when's the last time we had them face off singles. Man, it's going to be tough to really look through and see. I'm assuming their debut. Not even. I thought we went the wrong way. I'm an idiot. As yeah, we'll probably have to look. See if it's going to be tough to figure out. Oh, that's no, not 2012. That was their debut though. It's against having them team up against each other. Yeah, I don't think they have. Now I'm thinking about it, so that's fun. We'll give them a 10-minute time limit draw. That's probably, even though it's gonna get shit on. Maybe we'll take off decisive. See, maybe that'll do anything. I don't think it will, but oh well. Let's change the venue. And we'll just run here. And run the show. Yep, 26. Is what it is. But, I mean, 38 and 31s. I guess not. It's a terrible way to open up the show, I guess. But we'll get it back, though. As Kotobushi can now cash in. So, Bushi gets a 65. Which is a good sign. You know, there's some room to improve. Obviously. But gets the window with the Golden Star Press in 10-18. The 64 for Live Strong Die Hard against Ishimori and Ricky Marvin, as Ishimori pinning Roderick Strong with the Mo Celio in 14:01. Ishimori with a 73, 62 for Eddie Edwards, 61 for Roderick Strong, and a 56 for Ricky Marvin. The 76 for the Twin Towers of Violence against Laughter 7, as Shibata tapping out Koei Sato with the Octopus Hold. So yeah, Shibata doing a great job there. Ishikawa as well, the 75. So yeah, some good stuff. Good little tag match. It's an 82 for the 8-man of Money Mayhem versus Diamond Ring. As Kento with the right high kick in 1942, getting the win over Keisuke Ishii there. So yeah, Ishii and Goto with 87s. 77 for Nakajima. 72 for Goto. Oh, 73 for Kensuke. Completely missed that. And then 64 for Miyahara. 58 for Kento. And 54 for Keisuke Ishii. So that's just... Kento almost in the 60s. It's great. He's almost did better than Kento Miyahara. That's awesome. The 76 main event, I should have went with my fucking gut as Kobashi with the burning hammer on Jun Akiyama in 1942. Yeah, Jun Akiyama now not even in the 50s. Kobashi's definitely feeling it. He would have been retired by this point anyways. Final burning happened in December of 2013, so kind of makes sense there. As Marufuji and Goto, 77-75, not bad at all. We'll take it. We'll take it. That's a pretty good show. Pretty good show. As yeah, now on to day 3 we go. So we keep it rolling. We do know one match that we're going to book as far as having Goto and Keisuke Ishii against Nakajima and Kento. So that's fun. Alright, so we got backstage incident to go through. It's Kensuke Sasaki brighten the move backstage after doing several funny cartoon drawings of his colleagues. As for this show, we're going to go back to, that Keisuke Ishii match. It's Goto and against Nakajima and Kento. So we're going to have Goto beat Kento just to kind of get his momentum back on the good side here. I'm probably trying to think how long I should have this match go for. 16 might be a good time, to be honest. So we'll put it there. As, it's going to be tough as far as really building to, like, the final show here. Because we're already at, like, 3 days. I'm just like, man, we're ready to go. We're ready to get a rocket and rolling. Which is a bit frustrating, but I think we'll get something going. But I do want to have Ibushi have another match. This time against Koji Yamato. To kind of prepare for the Taguchi match. That would have been a bad idea. Nice. As far as, now to kind of get the focus on the strong pillars and like Diamond Ring and Brave and Laughter 7, like kind of to get into that perspective of it. I think we're gonna have Kenta Kobashi team with Katori Suzuki, and then we'll have Katsuri Shibata team with Cashin. As we'll have Suzuki beat Cashin. I was thinking about slow building it, but I think keeping it at 14 would probably be for the best, to be honest. Because really it's just Shibata. Suzuki's going to do pretty well, but as far as from that perspective, it's going to be interesting putting that above it, but I got faith. I got faith. As for, really we need, better main and co-main, really, on this card. So I guess what we could do, as far as, just an idea, we'll have Hiro and Zack against Daisuke and Sasuke. And we'll have Daisuke beat Zack Sabre Jr. Pretty good co-main event. Oh, Sasuke's the road agent. We can maybe do something with Diamond Ring, as far as having Kensuke and Miyahara against like Ishikawa and Yuji Kobayashi, just to change it up a little bit as far as for the strong pillars of violence. And Kensuke and Kento. Let's see what we can do as far as... I want to give Kensuke this win, but part of me wants to give it to Ishikawa to have him beat Miyahara. I think that's a good decision. So again, as oh, it's already been named as violence. Oh, there we go. Just realized. We'll just have strong pillars. Perfect. Yeah, so now we just need to steal the show match. So I guess we could technically just have it be this. So that way we could do another undercard match if we want. I think we will. I think we'll have Takashita and Endo against Momono Station Tag, which we've done a handful of times now. As I give it Harada the win. Pretty solid shows. I don't think, as far as this card, probably won't be the greatest out of the shows we've ran so far in 2014, but I think it's going to be still a pretty good show. I forgot to change it out of Tokyo, but that's okay, as Takashita actually gets hurt with a whiplash neck strain. But let me look at the Momono Station Tag, though. 59, 55. Not bad. A 60 there, as Goto Ibushi with a 73. It's a great sign there, as gets them with the Golden Star Press at 949. 68 for Kobashi and Suzuki against Shibata and Cashin. So, yeah, I mean, Kotori Suzuki being off his game a little bit hurt it, but all in all, Kotori Suzuki getting the win the Blue Destiny, and for 13.45 over Kendo Cashin. 74. So yeah, that's what's better. As Nakajima and Kento losing to Goto and Ishii, which was probably a mistake looking at the performance lines, but fun match though. Fun match. 79 for Hiro and Zack against Daisuke and Sasuke, as Daisuke with the Moonsault in 2020. Hiro best guy in the match, then Daisuke. And 68 for Zack Sabre Jr., 59 for the great Sasuke there. As 80 for our main event, as Kensuke and Kento Miyahara beating the Shuji Ishikawa, Yuji Kobayashi Strong Pillars of Violence team, as Ishikawa with the Splash Mountain on Kento Miyahara. So yeah, everybody did really well but Kento Miyahara, so felt like that made sense as far as him taking the fall, but that's a fun little alternate team, as far as obviously with the Strong Pillars of Violence, what used to be the alternate team of Ishikawa and Hanma. Ishikawa and Yuji Kobayashi is a really fun team, too. That's a great six-man team, of Daisuke and Shuji Ishikawa. Really good stuff, though. I mean, 80, 79, 74. Good stuff. I was not too, as far as, had too much faith in this, but it really did perform really well. Proved me wrong. As, yeah, now, for day 4, I've been wanting to do Ibushi versus Taguchi, I think, and really, as far as it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to really put stuff together now, because we're really just, I mean, at some point, there's really nothing more you can do, more than, as far as building goes. So we still have half the tour, I want to say. Yeah, a little more than half. As far as half of the tour shows to book, but hopefully we'll not overdo things. That's the big thing we don't want to do, is overdo it. But on to day 4. Alright, as a backstage incident with Nozawa, as he was brightening the backstage area, but simply by being so cheerful and fun to be around. to go. As for this show, again, you know, the Kotobushi Raisuke Taguchi, which that's probably going to be the co-main, to be honest, because I think that's going to be a really good match. So, yeah, Kotobushi's possibly better than Taguchi, so that's a good sign there. Give it 23 minutes. Hopefully, again, Ibushi does not get hurt. That would suck. As far as something with Iwamato now. Yeah, we'll throw him Nozawa. Actually, we'll have him face Okita. Sure, we've done this before, yeah. Yeah, the last... literally a year ago. Got a 21 when we did it. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe that's not the best idea we can do. So yeah, let's give him Yujiro instead. Yujiro's momentum's kind of in the toilet thanks to that Global League. Let him get some wins. So I guess we could do, as far as, I'm trying to think, would be, honestly, it would be a really fun tag match that I don't think we'll be able to do because I don't know who will lose in that matchup, but Marufuji with Ibushi against, like, Go and Kushida, that would be really cool. It kind of wouldn't make any sense to at the same time, but just as far as, like, building up for their matchups, that'd be pretty cool to do. But we'll do Marufuji with Kotori Suzuki. We've done this before, where we had kind of splitting up Aoki and Suzuki on each side. Yeah. Got a 79 when we did it last time in September. We could flip it around and have Aoki on this side and Kotori Suzuki on the other side. That way it's at least a fresh matchup. As we'll have Kotori Suzuki lose, actually. We're going to give it to Aoki. Nice. So yeah, we'll give Taiji Shiboi, Ricky Marvin, Live Strong, Die Hard. As oh no, that's right. I already did this match. I was thinking maybe Red Dragon. That's what it was. I was thinking ahead. But yeah, Red Dragon, Live Strong, Die Hard. Or Red Dragon, Ishimor, Ricky Marvin. Rather, I'm all over the place. It's as far as like a #1 contendership type of matchup. As Ishimori will get the win over Bobby Fish to really solidify them as contenders. We'll give him 18. So yeah, I forgot to change the name of that. Yeah, now we could really just go undercard, because I really like this top 3 matches there. Let's go Taue and Takeo Omori against Taniguchi and Rikio. Just the worst thing we could do. Just god-awful. As we'll give Rikio a win over Taue. Just the shit. So now we need to steal the show match. Trying to think what we can do as far as tag-wise. So I'm thinking the Muscle Bombers, but this version, Walter and Hino, against Ishii and Goto, because I know they don't have great chemistry. Or maybe not Ishii and Goto. Maybe Ishii and Keisuke Ishii. So Ishii and Ishii. Let's see, I don't think we've done this before. Give Walter the win over Keisuke Ishii. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. Save. And, yeah, I think we got a pretty good show here. We just gotta change the venue. Kyushu, see where we can run this. So much for it. 2,600 might be a little too much. There we go, 2,300. A hotel arena. 42 for the opener. Surprisingly, it wasn't as bad as I thought, thanks to Mori and Shohei Taguchi. Which Mori was off his game, too. As Rikio tapping out Taue at 9:39. 51 for Yujiro and Koji Yamato. As Yujiro with the moonsault in 10:03. Wow, 75 here. This did a whole lot better than I assumed. I mean, because Tamarishi with a 88, which is insane, as Walter with the double fucking bomb over Keisuke Ishii there. Yeah, outperformed him, so right decision. Thanks to really the chemistry boost. So 72 for Red Dragon and Ishimor and Ricky Marvin. As Ishimori pinning Bobby Fish in 17:48. So yeah, pretty good stuff. Right team slightly won there with Ricky Marvin and Ishimori, but Red Dragon still a really good team, obviously, with tag team specialist bonus whatnot. As 71 here, Ibushi and Taguchi go 23 minutes. As Ibushi with the Golden Star Press in 23:10, beating Raisuke Taguchi there in a 77 main event. As Aoki pins Kotori Suzuki, which is the right decision. One couple of points better, and the right team wins because Marufuji outperforms Aoki there. Good stuff. Good stuff. Not a bad show at all. Yeah, this should have been the co-main, really. Looking at the performance ratings, so that was a pretty good show. Pretty good show. So on to day 5 we go. Alright, day 5. As, again, trying to, a Daisuke passing on microphone work to Yuji Kobayashi. We're just trying to get it to the end of the store. Just trying to figure stuff out, really what we can add on to a lot of this. I think as far as like a main event, I do like the idea of having Okada with Goto and Keisuke Ishii with Nakajima. I just feel like it's a fun variation of a match that we could do to build this up. As far as we'll keep Osaka for later on down the road. But I think that's a really good main event, for all things considered. So Okada with Goto. To Nakajima. Oh, well, we should probably have Nakajima and Kensuke here. So I love the Kensuke Nakajima team. They're actually going to beat them. So, I don't know now. Now that I'm thinking about it, because that team is just, it's too awesome, So maybe we'll go with the Miyahara team instead. Instead of Okada, we'll have Ishii instead. Even though they have awful chemistry. That way we can at least protect some people. As, we'll have... Yeah, this is just a tough match to really book, because, Ishii's too good to lose, really. And I don't want Miyahara losing. So we're just kind of stuck. We're stuck in a tight spot with this match. So I think we're just going to end up scrapping it entirely. And we'll figure something else out. As far as maybe an 8-man... for the main, as we'll have Marufuji on one side, go on one side, and then we'll just kind of go with their guys. So Kento Kobashi, Nakajima. Oh, as and then Kotori Suzuki, Aoki. So now this is going to be interesting because now it's like, well, how far down do you kind of go with this? Because either keep it in the heavyweights with Taue, and then whoever you want to throw in there as well, or you can split up Ishimori and Marvin, which I think would be a mistake. So I think we're going to go with that, with Taue, and then for the other heavyweight for the other Brave side. So I guess we'll go with Amori. I guess. is, I guess that works. Not the most well put together main event, but we got it figured out. But Go's gonna get the win. He's gonna pin Taue, I guess. Poor Taue. We're gonna keep on taking falls. We might as well, right? You know, he's not the point of no return, really, for that. Yeah, that main event's not great at all. It's not great at all. We definitely got to think of something better to be putting there. So I have an idea though for Ibushi and Kushida. We could, because I was thinking throwing more Shima with Ibushi to have, but then Kushida, it just wouldn't really work. One thing about this card that I've kind of noticed, this final card, a lot of it's kind of mishmashed in a way that kind of hurts it more than anything. Like, we should have, really, probably could have had, instead of Muscle Bombers against Okada and Ishii, flipped it around to where Diamond Ring of, like, Kensuke and Miyahara teamed up against Okada and Ishii. That probably would have made a little bit more sense, but alas, here we are. As for, because really Kensuke, is tremendous. So far, he's only been on, we did the Ishikawa in Okobayashi match. So I think we're going to go in that direction some more, make it a 6-man. But this time it's going to be all heavyweights and not juniors, so we'll go with Kensuke, Kento, Miyahara, and Katsuki Nakajima against Ishikawa, Koei Sato, and Masato Tanaka. And he's got chronic shoulder pain. It's fine though. It should be fine, as we'll have Nakajima beat Masato Tanaka. They gotta get that win back for them. Nice. But yeah, I think we'll have a 6-man again with the Muscle Bombers. With Walter against Okada, Tamarishi, and this time a Roki Goto, because we didn't do that for the 6-man. We had it be. Oh no, we did do this. I was thinking it was the other way around, but I think we ended up doing that anyways, as far as having Kaisuke Ishii involved. Oh no, we didn't. Silly me. As 20 minutes. We'll give it to Morishima. He could beat. Well, I beat Ishii actually. I actually have a little bit more faith in that main event than that main event, so that would now be the co-main. And yeah, I think everything's kind of set, as far as what I want for the top part of the card. Now we just go for the bottom part. Just need to steal the show match more than anything. But again, we'll have Endo have singles matches, and same thing with Takashita this time. I'm trying to think, we'll exclude people who's booked. Thinking Taguchi. 12 minutes. Probably a little too long, but we'll keep it at 12. Then for the Takashita one, we'll have him and Kendo cash in, I guess. Yeah, Takashita is injured, but it should still be fine. At 11. So unfortunately, Kendo Cashin is going to get the win. That's definitely going to be the opener of the 2. Then the Steal the Show match. Part of me wants to have a 6-man where it's King's Wrestling and against Brave, but I don't think it's going to work. So I think, as far as this tag, let's see what we have as far as what we could throw at this show. So we'll have Yoshitone and Sasuke on one side, and then Momono Sushin tag on the other. So we've only done this once, and it was during the Shining Navigation Torch, got a 56. And Momono Sushin won that one. This time around, we'll probably give him the win again. Actually, we'll have Yoshitone beat Kotoge. Steal the show, man. Alright. Day 5. Make sure we're in the... Oh, that's right. We did pick it. Perfect. Run the show. Guess not. There we go. Now we're running. It has a 24. Yeah, that's not great. Takashita, even with his injury, almost outperformed Kento Kashin. Yeah, I mean, his contract's coming up, and we're not gonna re-sign him or anything. Even though it's a handshake deal anyways, we could get rid of him. But we might as well use him for the time we can. Then eventually, get rid of him. As a 49 for Taguchi and Endo. As Taguchi with a Dodan and 1133. As Taguchi with a 58, 33 for Endo. 56 for Momono Sushin tag against the Great Sasuke and Yoshitone. So really, pretty even besides Daisuke Arata's performance being a 58. So the wrong team won, but feel good though, giving Yoshitone that win. So 61 for this 6-man. And it's Tanaka's injury playing a big part into it. Also, the lack of selling. As, Diamond Ring beating Strong Pillars of Violence as Nakajima with the British German suplex on Masato Tanaka. In 16-11, so we got a 76 for Nakajima, best guy in the match. Then Ishikawa, then Sasuke, then Miyahara, then Koei Sato, and then 36 for Masato Tanaka. So 60 for the 8-man, figured so, as Taue with a 29. Not great. Let's go Shizaki with a limit break on Taue, which is incredible that he could hit Taue with that. It's 81 for Marufuji, 77 for Go. Then we got a lot of, got 62 for Aoki, 59 for Kotori Suzuki, 54 for Jun Akiyama, or for 54 rather for Kenta Kobashi, 50 for Omori, and then 47 for Jun Akiyama. Just a shit show there. 69 for the main. Figured it'd be enough, but it was not. As Morishima with the Maze Impact on Tamarishi. So they did the same, so that was nice. But good match though. Surprised it didn't get into the 70s. But yeah, definitely our worst of the card that we've done so far of these first navigation tours shows, but it's okay though. Still got a lot of time left though to maybe even potentially be worse or better. Luckily, we're not gonna lose Pop or anything, so that's a big deal. As now we keep it rolling. We're almost done. Thank Christ. Yeah, we got some backstage instance for this day. Wow, a lot. As Daisuke passing on microphone work, Sakuraba passing on microphone work to Takashita, again passing microphone work, this time to Endo, and again with microphone work, it's Kensuke Sasaki passing microphone work to Kento Miyahara. As, yeah, I mean, again, I would love if we could do, it just wouldn't make any sense to be able to have the tag champs of Kings of Wrestling and Strong Big Japan with either Ibushi and Kushida, like, as a main. That'd be so cool. We'll try it. Well, we'll see. We'll see what we got, because, I mean, someone's got to lose, is the unfortunate thing about this match. As we'll have Strong Big Japan there, and then... So, because it's weird, because then Kings of Wrestling got a team with Kushida, and it just... That's it. But we'll think of something, though, as far as a better main event that we can do. As far as, something we can do. Maybe a 6-man as far as having Strong Big Japan with Taiji Ishimori against the Kings of Wrestling. Is Claudio hurt? What's going on here? I don't know. Oh, there they are. Just couldn't see him. We'll put it here. And then either Zach or Devitt. We'll go with Devitt to make it the best six-man that we can. So we'll have Devitt beat Ishimori. I think that's... I don't know. Now I'm thinking about that. That might be... Yeah, let's have Hiro beat... Oh, let's have Hiro, rather, beat Taishimori. There we go. I like that main event, though. It's a good main event. Makes sense, relatively. You know, Taiji Shimori, he's teamed with them in the past, so it's not that big of a deal. Let's see what we can do as far as... I would like to... see what... Yeah, well, let's do that Nakajima, Miyahara, Goto, Ishii match. Let's do it. Fuck it. Now we're gonna have Ishii beat Miyahara and it'd be no big deal. That could be the co-main, I guess. As, now we could probably do as far as, just for a different type of Muscle Bombers match, have Morishima, or even, yeah, I guess Morishima, do Morishima Walter, because that would probably make sense, as far as, for it being unique against Okada and Ishii. And we'll have Walter beat, Ishii, rather. Wrong Ishii. As, yeah, we'll have Okada beat Walter there. There we go. Let's go Bashi. Oh, that's the segment. I was like, what's going on? So... versus... Yeah, it was weird that they couldn't do that. It's too much work for him, I guess. As, yeah, that's definitely the top three. As for the bottom three, I kind of would like to see Ricky Marvin against Zach. It's a Steal the Show match. We're doing a lot of singles matches on this tour. I don't know how I feel about, but we'll have Zach beat Ricky Marvin, though. Obviously, a former junior champ, and Zack Sabre Jr. went up looking pretty strong. And, yeah, I don't think another singles match would probably be a great idea, but let's do Taguchi and Masaya Inoue, though. We could have a tag match of that, have them team. Them against Taue and Nomori. Inoue and Shohei Taguchi. Let's say, I don't think we've done this before. Cool. 12 minutes, as we'll have Taue get a win. He could beat Masaya Inoue. As I will have Iwamato and Endo team up this time, just to see how they do. Against Katoge and Ohara. As well, Ohara beat Iwamato. That is the show. Day 6. Let's see what we got. Yeah, 36. There's a chronic shoulder pain now for Tetsuya Endo. As our poor young lions getting beat up. So, Miyahara pins him in 10-25. So at least Kotoge's in the 50s. 43 for the next matchup, as Taue with the Chichubu Cement. As Omori with a 49. 43 for Taguchi. Pretty close up with Masada Noe and Taue. Right team won, though. 66, though, for Zack Sabre Jr. Ricky Marvin. Zack with the Saber Driver in 14-20. 74 for Okada and Keisuke Ishii against Takeshi Morishima and Walter, as Okada with the Rainmaker on Walter in 1830. He cracks his tailbone, but luckily, I mean, a 91 in-ring performance on a tour show is fucking insane, though, as what a great job from Okada there. Even though he cracks his tailbone, he should be fine, as Morishima was the one who caused it. Way to go, Morishima, you piece of shit, as Tamarishi, Roki Goto, taking on Katsuhiko Nakajima and Kento Miyahara, as Ishii pins Miyahara with a lariat in 15:37. Yeah, I mean, still technically the right call as far as having Ishii beat Miyahara, but the wrong team won for sure. It's an 80 main event. Has the Strong Pillars of Violence with Ishimori take on the Kings of Wrestling with King Devitt, rather, as Hero pins Ishimori with the Death Blow in 1952. Some good stuff there. Ishimori definitely the worst guy in the match, as we got 81s and 84s from Hero and Devitt, 80 from Daisuke, 79s from Claudio and Okabayashi, and the 71 for Ishimori. There we go. Nice little bounce back show. So now we just have 2 more tour shows to book, days 7 and 8. Finally, we'll be able to run that final show. As, yeah, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. It's tough to really think of fresh matches now, especially since we're saving Suzuki-gun for the big return. As the Royal Rumble happened. Bryan won it. And got an 80 as Hunter beats Ziggler for the WWE US title. It's Eric Young's the Intercontinental Champ. Interesting little show there. 89, The Rock with an interview. Man, odd. Odd for sure. So we'll see where day 7 is. Oh, it's 2 days away. So yeah, we'll catch you guys for day 7. Alright. Day 7. Let's see what we got. So we got backstage incident. So Yuji Kobayashi lifted the locker room with a silly game he created. Quickly became very popular backstage. Way to go, Kobayashi. So again, you know, we are at a bit of a crossroads as far as how I want this show to go. Because I would like to build up Ibushi some more, to be honest. So maybe something as far as a singles match with him. It's kind of one more thing. I'm trying to think who could be a guy who we could beat and kind of... Maybe Tanaka? Or, Naoki Tanasaki, even. So I don't want to give him, like, Kyle O'Reilly or someone. That might be a little too good. Yeah, I guess we'll, because he teams with Minoru Tanaka, so I guess we'll go with Tanasaki. Try to get some, other people that haven't been on this tour on the card is kind of the idea. Now, really, for the most part. As a 6-man, we'll do all of No Limit here, or not No Limit, as all of Future Shock as Kotoge, Harada, and Hajime Ohara. So, taking on the junior 3-man team here, we'll go with the Laughter 7. So we'll go Kushida, Taguchi, and Kendo Kashin. 14 as Kushida over Ohara. We won't let it be steal the show, though, because I don't want Kushida getting hurt. That'd be a shame. Would be an absolute shame. So, I think a tag match, though, of Miyahara with Keno against Ishikawa and Koisato. I'm just curious. It's like, I don't think we've done this before. But we'll have Ishikawa beat Kento. Just to give the Twin Towers of Violence a win. I think it's going to be better than an Ibushi Tanasaki match. It's going to be close, though. Gonna be close. I think it's a solid co-main, though, for the most part. Yeah, I think now we could do some type of laughter, and maybe a tag match as far as... Yeah, let's go Kobashi and Uncle June, or not Uncle June. We'll go with Kobashi and... I'm trying to think what would probably be the best, because I was thinking something with After 7 and just kind of blanking. We'll go with Kenta and Juna, I guess, against After 7. Sakuraba and Shibata. Bit one-sided affair. Never done this, though. As we'll have Shibata beat Kobashi, actually. Because Uncle Jun's been beaten up more times than he can fucking count. We'll give him a break. So Uncle Jun's the road agent. We gotta have a better main event, though, than that. For sure. For sure gotta have a better main. As I will have Marufuji and Go team, actually. As, let's see. What could make sense? So, you know, Okada's red hot, but he just got hurt. We could go with the Kings of Wrestling, I guess. Because what, they had the match that went... Oh, they did beat him. I thought it was a time limit draw is why I was thinking that. But we will have it be a 30-minute time limit draw this time around. I don't know. Now, what if they get hurt? If we gotta be on the side of caution when it comes to that. Never mind that shit. See what we got as far as I do want to have the Kings Wrestling though in a match, though, in a tag match. Just trying to think what heavyweight team they could face, and it would make sense if we can. It's going to be tough though, because there's really not a lot left as far as it making sense. Because we could have them face the Muscle Bombers, but then that wouldn't really make sense. So it's just, yeah, I think that might have to be the main, and we're just gonna have to accept it. There's really nothing else I really am feeling. For, let's get Johnny the Bull on the tour. Can beat Iwamato in 10. Yeah, we need to steal the show match, more importantly, I guess. So, see what we got as far as... I was thinking Nozawa and Super Crazy. Yeah, we could do Ishimor and Ricky Marvin, I guess. Another fun little junior tag match. Yeah, the only time we did it was last year at the Junior Heavyweight Tag League. Yeah, so we'll give Actually, we'll give Ricky Marvin the win over Super Crazy. Hard to believe we still have one more tour show, and we're really grasping at straws here on this show. Yeah, then we'll leave Osaka for the last tour show. See if we can find something. Yeah, 2,200. Works for me. Johnny the Bull with a Forget About It in 10:03. 58 though for Johnny the Bull. Yeah, that we definitely should be using a little bit more. For sure, because I mean, his ratings are pretty good. It's kind of like a man without a country, so it's kind of gets lost in the shuffle a lot of times. Kushida tapping out Miyahara with the Kushida lock in 14:02. So yeah, Kushida and Taguchi doing good. 58 for Harada, 55 for Katoge, 44 for Miyahara, and then 35 for Kento Cashin. So 69 for Super Crazy and Nozawa against Ricky Marvin and Ishimori. Good stuff. So Ishimori outperformed everyone, but then Ricky Marvin got outperformed by everyone, so it was kind of hit and miss there, but pretty close though on the performance lines as Kota Ibushi with the Golden Star Press over Naoki Tanasaki in 1949. Another good performance there for him, and another good win as the Twin Towers of Violence against Kento Miyahara and Keno as Shushikawa and Kento Miyahara really doing their parts carrying this one as Keno was off his game, takes the splash round in 1953. So the main event's a 73, thank God, as Shibata tapping out Kento Kobashi with the Octopus Lock and Octopus Hold rather in 1958. As a 79 for Shibata, 66 for Sakuraba, 54 rather for Kento Kobashi, and a 48 for Jun Akiyama. Good little show. A lot better than I thought it was going to be. Could have flipped that and that, and it would have been a little bit even better. That's nice. So yeah, now for our final tour show, we finally did it, as hopefully nobody gets hurt, as that would be a real shame. I'm going to try to avoid people that are not in either a big marquee match, or so no one that's really in the main event, so that might be an interesting scenario. But I think we got a talented enough roster that we can do it. I really do believe that, as we're trying to bring in Kawada as a road agent, as see what they're trying to do. Wow, they're giving they're giving him a signing bonus and whatnot. We might let him, because it's going to be another contract. I think it expires in 18 months, so basically a year and a half. So yeah, we'll just let him have that contract. It's no big deal. We got enough road agents anyways, so that's fine. Fine by me. On to day 8, the final tour show. The backstage incidents. Passing on microphone work is Sakuraba to Takashita and to Endo. It's down to Osaka. Yeah, we'll just go here. So for a main event where no one's really featured, like on the final card, might be a bit interesting, but I think we have a talented enough junior match to do it in Tanasaki and Minoru Tanaka. We did this before at the Shining Navigation Tour, which got a 60 last time, so maybe not. I was thinking it was going to be a little bit better than that. I had probably a little too much faith in it. So we could do Harada in Minoru Tanaka too, I guess. Or Kyle O'Reilly in Minoru Tanaka. Not a bad idea either. Actually, we could make it a tag match here. Have Minoru Tanaka and Naoki Tanasaki against Red Dragon. Since most of the junior guys aren't really booked on this final show, I feel like that's a safe bet, as Kyle's going to beat Tanasaki. Nice. Let's see what we have here as... Yeah, Muhammad Yan, we could have his return match be at this show. Might as well. Trying to think who could be... I guess Yujiro. Actually, let's give Yujiro a match against somebody else. Let's see who we got that can really fit this bill. Yeah, I'm just kind of blanking, really, as far as a heavyweight guy that it could kind of work. I guess Takeo Omori? I guess? Yeah, this show is not going to be great at all. That's okay, though. We shouldn't lose pop from it. As I do want to have Jun Akiyama face Koji Yamato, even though he's, on that final show. He's in the opener, but just to kind of get his momentum in the right direction. Let's see what we got as far as... Yeah, we could also have Nozawa Super Crazy again. And then Kento and Okita. Even though it's not really a junior matchup, it will get the job done. As we'll have Nozawa beat Okita. And that's Keith Walker and Shohei Taniguchi in a singles match. We're really getting just the bottom of the barrel. Yeah, I feel sorry for everyone who bought tickets for this show. They are getting fucked over. In the final match, yeah, let's Roderick Strong. Actually, let's have Walter. Walter versus... Let's see, who would be a good candidate? Yeah, I guess Johnny the Bull. Not a bad match. We did it in the summer of 2012, and Johnny the Bull was getting a lot of wins. But this time, Walter's going to get the win. Yeah, I got a feeling it's going to be better than that. Boy, oh boy. What a show. So 40 for the opener. Jun Akiyama wins in 10-15. He was off his game. 33 for Keith Walker and Shohei Taniguchi. Holy shit, it was worse than the opener. It was a 60 for Super Crazy Nozawa against Takashita and Endo. So, alright, Takashita and Kento. Wait a minute, Kento and Okita. My god, I am all over the place. As Nozawa pinning Okita with the Nozawa driver in 13-10. So, 65 for Nozawa. 61 for Kento. It's really good. Good stuff. 53 for Walter and Giant the Bull, as Walter getting the win in 13-41. Wow, they don't click. That sucks. As Yujiro Takahashi gets the win in 15-49. And then in our main event, a 63 main event, Kyle O'Reilly taps out Naoki Tanasaki with the ankle lock in 1950. Not bad performances there, but just, not great. And, I mean, it could have been a lot worse, I guess. If this would have been as the co-main spot, it might have helped a little bit, but I'm just happy no one got hurt. That was the goal there, and no one did for our final show, so perfect. So now we're finally made it to our first navigation of 2014. I'm hoping for a pretty good show here. I think it should be, with what we have as... Let's see how long we got. Oh, Sanada and Manabu Soya's contract is coming up. That's why you kind of wait it out sometimes. So now we can bring in these guys again. Yeah, we could honestly give him a 10-year contract. And it work. It's 40. Perfect. Nice. So we got Sanada's contract set, and then I just want to see. So let's say so it is tomorrow. So we'll stop the recording, and we'll get you guys for the first navigation. All right, they got us in Jinju Stadium for this first navigation of the year. Stevie Sai, of course. So last year we did an 84, which is funny that we had obviously the debut of Minoru Suzuki and kind of the start of Suzuki-gun, and now somewhat of the same thing as we have the the return of Minoru Suzuki. So yeah, we went from 31,000 to 48,000 sellout in Jinju. We might even have more, yeah, 53,000. I'm curious as far as because we could probably run. Probably Jinju's probably our best bet though, as far as we'd be close to the Osaka Dome selling that out, but yeah, I guess that would be our best bet. Sell out at Jinju. So we had some backstage incidents. Completely skipped over that. I'll just win this. Kobashi passing on microphone work to Go Shiozaki. So our main event, Naomichi Marufuji, Go Shiozaki. And Marufuji is your new heavyweight champion, beating Go Shiozaki. And Go's run was a lot of fun to build him up to where he was an actual like heavyweight champ. Now that his time has come, though, it's Marufuji's time. This would be his second reign. This would be his first reign since 2006, and much different Marufuji than we saw then. So I just feel like it's the perfect time for him. And plus, being a former Emerald Openweight champion, the first guy, to be the Emerald Openweight champ to now go on to the heavyweight title, so it just makes sense. Just makes sense. Co-main Kings of Wrestling versus Strong Big Japan. And Strong Big Japan will retain, beating Claudio and Chris Hero as, they were, at that point, Kings of Wrestling have the win as far as compared to, it's 2-2, or it's 3-2 rather, as Strong Big Japan, they beat them one time at the Global Tag League, and, of course, for the tag champs, or for the tag titles at the No Anniversary show in August, but then Kings of Wrestling, they beat them during the Tag League last year, or not the Tag League 2 years ago, and then also they beat them at the Great Voyage in Osaka and the Great Voyage in Tokyo, which were both 88s. I think this will be in the 90s, though. I really got a good feeling about it. We gave it 28 minutes. We'll see. We'll see, though. I think it's going to be a really good match. Then Goto and Nakajima, as Nakajima's going to retain. He's going to beat he's going to beat Hiroki Goto, rather. We'll see. Their chemistry's not going to be great, but we'll give it a shot. Actually, I think that's right. We are going to switch. We're going to have this be after that. That's right. So Kota Ibushi's going to be the junior champ. I think everyone kind of saw that one coming. Kushida's reign was pretty short, I guess, in the grand scheme of things. I think it's like it's 100 days, so it's not really that short. He had 2 defenses. From September to January, that's not bad. Not a bad run as his first reign as champ. Yeah, we're going to bump that up. That's right. That's what we're going to do. So then the junior tag title matchup of Ishimor and Ricky Marvin against the Junior Kings. And the Junior Kings of Wrestling will retain. So there's that. To keep the run going. So they beat Ishimor and Ricky Marvin, who went through a lot of people to get there. Then the Muscle Bombers, Okada, Ishii tag team matchup, as Okada's going to beat probably more Shima, since he just beat Yuji Hino on that tour show. So there we go. Then Diamond Ring versus Strong Pillars of Violence. Kensuke's going to beat Sasuke there. And then Brave versus Laughter 7 is Kenta Kobashi beating Kendo Cash in there in the opener. Sayabusa. I think we forgot to give a Seal the Show match, but then the return of Suzuki-gun. After Marufuji and Go embrace, Go gives him the belt, puts it around the waist type of deal, and Suzuki's music hits. Out comes Suzuki-gun. They try to fight him off in Marufuji and Go, but it's just not enough. It's Suzuki Gotch style pile driver onto Marufuji, onto the belt, poses with the belt, and Marufuji's a bloody mess. Stuff like that. Just, some old school style, just getting color for the most part. Yeah, there should be Steal the Show match. All right. So let's. So yeah, refereeing too much. No, not doing the main. Must be doing the co-main. Yep. I don't think I fixed it. Yeah, now he's refereeing too much. Guess we could think about bringing in another ref to have 5. Guess that wouldn't be a terrible idea. As for the pre-show matches here, a lot of talented guys, though, not on this main show. Let's see what we have as far as... I think a singles junior match of Yoshitone versus someone. Yeah, Yoshitone or Minoru Tanaka. This could have been on the main show, honestly. But obviously, we want to keep the 10-match card feel to it. Then, thinking... Don't want to do another junior matchup, so I think we're going to go with Walter and Yujiro Takahashi and have Yujiro beat him. To again try to get his momentum on the better side. So that would have definitely not been what we wanted to do, but it's the win nonetheless there. There we go. Alright, we got our show. Yeah, let's run it. 69 for the first pre-show match here is Minoru Tanaka beating Yoshitone in 14:07 with the Minoru Special number 2. Great performance there from Yoshitone and Minoru Tanaka. 61 for Walter and Yujiro Takahashi, as Yujiro getting the win in 13:17. 74 for the opener. Way to go, Shibata, as he gets a 90. Sakuraba with a 73, 72 for Kotaro Suzuki. But yeah, that was just all Shibata, as Kento Kobashi beats Kento Kashin in 2020, busting out the Burning Hammer. Obviously, he won't. Probably be just a Burning Lariat, as the next 6-man, Diamond Ring versus Strong Pillars of Violence. It's Kinsuke Sasaki with the King Buster on the Great Sasuke in 14:04. 84s, or 83s rather, from Kinsuke Sasaki and Shuji Shikawa. That's a good sign. 71 for Kento Miyahara. 61s for Sasuke and Goei Sato, in the 69 for Keno. Not enough selling shown, though. Could have got a little bit better of a rating there, but that's okay. Still got the crowd buzzing, though. It's an 88 for the Muscle Bombers against Kazuchika Okada and Tamarishi, as very close, though. Okada injury slowed him down, but he still was the best guy in the match. Yeah, it was really good stuff. That was Okada with the red ink. Again, I don't know why he doesn't hit people with the Rainmaker. That should be his main finish, but that's okay. But getting the win, though, was Okada in 25:48 for the Money and Mayhem team. It's an 83 for the junior tag title matchup, as that's their 4th defense for the Junior Kings of Wrestling, as King Devitt gets the win with the King's Throne in 2008 over Ricky Marvin. Definitely Ricky Marvin, just not on that level, but good match, though, nonetheless. 81 for Goto and Nakajima. So yeah, I mean, honestly could have put that below the junior tag title matchup, as Nakajima making his 2nd defense of the GHC Emerald Openweight title, as he gets the win with the Virgin German Suplex in 2019. We'll have to give him the vertical spike now. I think it's time. I think it's time for sure. Yeah, an 87 for the junior title matchup, as Kota Ibushi, the new junior champ, getting the win with the Golden Star Press. Pretty close. Kushida did outperform him, but I think this is just the beginning for Kota Ibushi, and I think the room to improve is definitely there. As then a 90 for the tag title matchup. It's Daisuke Sakamoto pinning Claudio with the British German suplex in 27:57. What a reign for the Strong Big Japan team. Keeping it going with 5 defenses now. What a run. Gotta love it. 84 for the main event. Had a feeling when I was like, the card keeps on getting better and better. It was gonna plateau at some point. It does. It's Marufuji with the pole shift in the pole shift flosion in 31:27. And he's your new heavyweight champ. Better performance, just not enough selling shown. Assuming that's on someone else. Open to get to see who it was. But fun match, though. I still stand by it. And the segment gets a 50. I guess nothing really happened. Guess we should have had some selling for Marufuji, maybe. But good stuff, though. I like the idea behind it. Having Suzuki-kun make their return with Suzuki. As far as Suzuki being back. And they're just laying waste to Brave and posing with the belt. Say bloodied Marufuji as he helped to the back by some young lions. yeah, we're setting up for the Great Voyage shows. The first, Great Voyage shows for Osaka and for Tokyo as well. As I think everyone knows what the main event's going to be as far as Suzuki and Marufuji. Can Suzuki strike lightning? Can lightning strike twice rather for Suzuki as far as beating Marufuji like he did with Chris Hero and being the heavyweight champion again. We're also going to have Ishikawa and Nakajima, which that's because Ishikawa beat Nakajima during the Global League. And then we're going to have Kushida and Taguchi team up again to take on the Junior Kings of Wrestling for the GHC Junior Tag Team titles as well, and so much more. As to put over, we got to give Marufuji a hug for what he's been doing. Kota Ibushi as well. Give him a hug. Be like, hey, welcome aboard. And Kazuchika Okada just being the fucking man. Some high praise there. It's great stuff, though, on that card. I'm very, very pleased with how it went, as we'll catch you guys next time for the Great Voyage in Osaka Volume 1 show. Take care, everyone.